Okay, picking up where I left off at. We despair of any other assistance or contrivance, and have resource only to that hope we have in thee. And if there by any method that can promise us an escape by thy providence, we look up to thee for it, and let it come quickly, and manifest thy power to us. And do thou raise up this people unto good courage and hope of deliverance, who are deeply sunk into a disconsolate state of mind. We are in a helpless place, but still it is a place that thou possessest. Still the sea is thine. The mountains also that enclose us are thine, so that these mountains will open themselves if thou commandest them. And the sea also, if thou commandest it, will become dry land. Nay, we might escape by a flight through the air, if thou shouldest determine we should have the way of salvation. Paragraph 2 of chapter 16. When Moses had thus addressed himself to the Most High, he smote the sea with his rod, which parted asunder at the stroke, and receiving those waters into itself, left the ground dry as a rod in a place of flight for the Hebrews. Now when Moses saw the disappearance of the Most High, and that the sea went out of its own place and left dry land, he went first of all into it, and bid the Hebrews to follow him along that divine road, and to rejoice at the dangers their enemies that followed them were in, and gave thanks to the Most High for this so surprising a deliverance which appeared from him. Now, while the Hebrews made no stay, but went on earnestly as led by the Most High's presence with them, the Egyptians supposed at first that they were distracted and were going rashly upon manifest destruction. But when they saw that they were going a great way without any harm, and that no obstacle or difficulty fell in their journey, they made haste to pursue them, hoping that the sea would be calm for them also. They put their horses foremost, and went down themselves into the sea. Now the Hebrews, while these were putting on their armor, and therein spending their time, were beforehand with them, and escaped them, and got first over to the land on the other side without any hurt, whence the others were encouraged, and more courageously pursued them, as hoping no harm would come to them neither. But the Egyptians were not aware that they went into a road made for the Hebrews. Praise Ahayah. And not for others, that this road was made for the deliverance of those in danger, but not for those that were earnest to make use of it for the others' destruction. As soon, therefore, as ever the whole Egyptian army was within it, the sea flowed to its own place, and came down with a torrent raised by storms of wind, and encompassed the Egyptians. Showers of rain also came down from the sky, and dreadful thunders and lightning with flashes of fire. Thunderbolts also were darted upon them. Nor was there anything which used to be sent by the Most High upon men as indications of his wrath, which did not happen at this time. For a dark and dismal night oppressed them, and thus did all these men perish, so that there was not one man left to be a messenger of this calamity to the rest of the Egyptians. But the Hebrews were not able to contain themselves for joy at their wonderful deliverance and destruction of their enemies. Not indeed, supposing themselves firmly delivered, when those that would have forced them into slavery were destroyed, and when they found they had the Most High so evidently for their protector. And now these Hebrews, having escaped the danger they were in after this manner, and besides that, seeing their enemies punished in such a way as it never recorded of any other man, whomsoever were all the night employed in singing hymns and in mirth, Moses also composed a song unto the Most High, containing his praise and thanksgiving for his kindness in hexameter verse. And so, brothers and sisters, I hope you are encouraged with that. In brief, our ancestors were faced with an army with shield and buckler coming to take them and put them back in slavery, whom the Most High by His mighty hand already had released them, so that we can go and serve Him and worship before Him. And so this nation, these Egyptians, and with all their might and strength, thought to take our ancestors, and the mighty hand of the Most High, which was a blessing and a way of provision for us, became our enemies and foes their own destruction. Praise be to Ahayah. And notice how it said that Moses wrote a song, composed a song. So here I am in the lab, and I plan on, doing the same thing. Just, thinking about, like I said, thinking about the time that we're in. And if it be the Most High will, like I said, I want to do this song here. And you might get a little sneak preview of it. I mean, I haven't written anything yet, but I'm just sitting back, in the lab, vibing and listening to it. But just think about how great the Most High is. And man, deliverance, huh? All praise be to the highest. I mean, we serve a God who is able. Thank you, Most High. Even through these difficult, tough times, I mean, He's holding us down. And so I want to encourage you. Praise will confuse the enemy. Keep blessing the Most High. I thank you, all my brothers and sisters in the body of Christ, members of our congregation, keeping us in prayer. May the Most High continue to bless and bestow upon you everything that you rely and depend upon Him on, according to His perfect will and purpose and plan for your life. That's it from here. And for now, Shalom.